Hello guys, I'm Tiara Pradita Putri and I'm from English Education Department Class 3A, and now I want to explain about phonetic. So, what is phonetic? Phonetic is essentially the study and classification of speech sounds, and we have something called the International Phonetic Alphabet Chart, which is an internationally recognized set of phonetic symbols that was developed in the late 19th century, and we use them to be very specific about the pronunciation of a word in whichever language we are working on. And some people find them to be the most accurate and the most reliable way to work on their pronunciation, because we can go to a good dictionary like the Oxford Dictionary or the Cambridge Dictionary, and you can see the phonetic symbol and it tell you how to pronounce that part of that word. So they are really great resource. And what I thought make me useful, even though the internet is filled with a video about this sort of stuff. In just two sort of content it all one video and give you the phonetic. We will be talking about the phonetic of spoken language rather than sing language, and we will be talking about the vowel sound and consonant. There are two types of vowel sound. We will be focused on the phonetic of spoken language, monotongue and diphthong. Monotongue involves one vowel quality and the diphthong involves two vowel quality. For example, cat, seat, face, and boy. When linguistics are describing vowel sound, we have to rely on a different set of criteria. For what we use in describe consonant, because remember, vowels do not involve the contraction of airflow in the vocal tract. So our tongue doesn't approach an anatomical landmark like they do with consonant. So the three criteria that linguistics use when describing vowel sound are height, vagueness, and roundedness. Let's talk about each of these in turn. Height refers to how high or low the tongue is the mouth when producing the vowels. For example, consider the vowel sound E and A. If you say both of these vowels in succession, you should feel your tongue going up and down as you say E, A, E, A, E, A. In terms of height, vowels are either considered high, mid, or low. E is an example of the high vowel, and A is an example of the low vowel. Vagueness refers to how far front or back the tongue is when producing the vowels. As with vowel height, this can be tricky and take some practice, but consider the vowels E and U. If you say this vowel in succession, you may notice that your tongue is moving forward and backward as you say E, U, E, U, E, U. In terms of vagueness, vowels are either considered front, central, or back. Remember that E is a high vowel, but it's also a front vowel, while U is a back vowel. The third criteria that linguistics use when describing vowel is roundedness. Roundedness means that whether or not the lips are rounded when producing the vowels. This is something that very easy as you can feel and see when you are producing a rounded sound, or when the person that you're talking to is producing a rounded sound. So again, take the two sound that we just use, E and U. U, as you can clearly see and feel, is a rounded vowel, whereas E is not a rounded vowel. Just like with consonant, there is a specific order that linguistics use when describing vowel sound. It is high, then vagueness, than roundedness. For example, U is a high-back rounded vowel, I is a low front rounded vowel. Remember, so far we only been talking about monotone vowels. If you want to categorize diphthongs in terms of these criteria, we must do so far by starting vowel quality as well as the ending vowel quality, but we don't worry about that in this video. We will be focused on the phonetic of spoken language, and more especially consonant sound in North American English in this video. So, what is different between consonant and vowels, you might ask? Well, basically, consonant involves some interaction of airflow, whereas vowels do not. When linguistics describe consonant sounds, we use three criteria: voicing, place of articulation, and manner of articulation. Let's talk about each of these in turn. Voicing or start of the glottis refers to what the vocal folds are doing. When air passes through open vocal fold, we call this voiceless sound. When air passes through vibration vocal folds, we call this voice sound. You can feel the difference between voice and voiceless sound by putting your hand right here on your Adam's apple if you are male, or where your Adam apple will be your female. So produce these two sound is succession is s, z, s, z. Which one are produce the vibration? You should feel that z produce is vibration, so it is a voice sound. And where's s does not produce the vibration, so it's a voiceless sound. Place of articulation refers to where in the vocal tract the contraction of airflow takes place. Bilabial sounds are produced with the both lips like p, b, m. Labiodental sounds are produced with the upper teeth and the low lips such as f, v. Interdental sounds are produced with the tongue in the between the upper and lower teeth, such as s, z. Elevator sounds are produced with the tongue at or near the ridge right behind upper front teeth, such as t, t. Palatal sounds are produced at the hard palate of the roof of the mouth, such as f, v, v. Volar sounds are produced at the volume of the throat place, such as k, g. Glottal sounds are produced at the glottis of or the space between the vocal folds, such as h, at the cuts in the throat, as in the Batman. Manner of articulation refers to how the airflow is constricted in the vocal tract. Stop sounds result from a complete constriction of airflow followed by release of the air, such p, t, k, b, d, g. Fricatives are sound produced when the tongue approaches but does not make contact with the place of articulation, causing a bottleneck of the airflow. They give the sound frequency the like quality such as f, z, s. Affricatives result from the rescue of the stop plus affricative in rapid succession of the affricative refers t plus f as the affricative t result from the plus s. Nasal sounds are produced when the volume is lowered, allowing with air to pass through the nasal cavity, such as mm. Liquid sounds are produced by allowing air to pass by one of both sides at the tongue, and the tongue itself can move a lot to shape of the sound, such as r. Clit sounds are produced with very little contraction of airflow, so little in the fact that they are often referred to as semi-vowels such as b, z. And finally, we have tap sounds. Tap sounds are involved rapid flick of the tongue to same place of articulation. In North American English, we only really have one tap, and that's at the upper ridge. You can hear the tap sound in the word butter, butter. Not, Notice where we read in with two T in English that your tongue is produced a tap sound there rather than a full stop. So in North American English, you say butter, known as a compared to in reserved pronunciation where you say butter, that involves a full T stop. Okay, we discussed these three criteria for describing consonant sounds: voicing, place of articulation, and a manner of articulation. And when linguists talk about consonant sounds, they do so in that order. So, for example, the sound p, it is considered a voice bila stop. It's a voice alveolar fricative. That is for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and see you for the next video. Bye.